technical analysis of FIG stock based solely on the provided last 3 months data for August 1, 2025. The analysis covers general overview and trend, price and volume, moving averages, technical indicators, linear regression, next trading day opening price prediction, support and resistance analysis, intraday ATR-based high and low estimates, possible scenarios, and conclusion. General overview and trend. On July 31, 2025, FIG stock exhibited significant volatility, opening at 85.0, reaching a high of 124.63, dipping to a low of 84.105, and closing at 115.5. This represents a substantial daily gain of approximately 35.88% from the opening price. The lack of historical data limits trend analysis, but the single-day movement suggests a strong bullish impulse, potentially driven by a significant market event or news. The closing price of 115.5, well above the VWAP of 108.708, indicates sustained buying pressure throughout the session. Price and volume. The trading volume on July 31 was 64.41 million shares, which, without prior data for comparison, appears substantial given the price surge. The alignment of the closing price, 115.5, above the VWAP, 108.708, suggests that buyers dominated the session, with the average price paid by investors being lower than the closing value, reinforcing bullish sentiment. The OBV, recorded at 64.41 million, matches the volume, indicating that all shares traded contributed to a positive volume flow, consistent with the price increase. Moving averages. The provided data includes only 1 day, so no SMA or EMA values are available for analysis. Without historical data, moving averages cannot be calculated or interpreted. However, the VWAP at 108.708 serves as a session-specific benchmark, and the closing price of 115.5 above this level suggests the stock maintains strength relative to the average traded price. Technical indicators. The dataset lacks most technical indicator values, limiting the scope of analysis. The VWAP at 108.708 is the only relevant metric, indicating that the stock closed 7.422 or 6.87% above the volume-weighted average price, reflecting strong buying interest. No momentum, volatility, or oscillator indicators, for example, RSI, MACD, stochastic, are provided, so no conclusions can be drawn about overbought or oversold conditions or trend strength. The absence of ATR, Bollinger Bands, or other volatility measures prevent further insight into price stability. Linear regression. Without multiple data points, linear regression analysis, for example TSF or CORE, cannot be performed. The single-day data point of 115.5 provides no basis for trend extrapolation or regression-based forecasting. Next trading day opening price prediction. Predicting the opening price for the next trading day is speculative, given the single data point. However, the strong close at 115.5, significantly above the VWAP of 108.708, suggests residual bullish momentum. Assuming no overnight news or external shocks, the opening price could range between 112.0 and 118.0, reflecting a potential consolidation around the previous close or a slight continuation of the upward move. The high volatility, a range of 40.525 on July 31, warrants caution in this estimate. Support and resistance analysis. Based on the single-day data, key levels can be derived from the price action. Resistance is observed at the daily high of 124.63, approximately 9.13 or 7.91% above the closing price of 115.5. Support levels include the VWAP at 108.708, 7.422 or 6.43% below the close, the daily low at 84.105, 31.395 or 27.18% below, and the opening price at 85.0, 30.5 or 26.41% below. The closing price's proximity to the daily high suggests the stock is closer to resistance than support, implying potential for either a breakout above 124.63 or a pullback toward 108.708 in the next session. Intraday movements may favor consolidation unless new catalysts emerge. Intraday ATR-based high and low estimates. The ATR 14 is not provided, but the daily range, high minus low, equals 124.63 minus 84.105 equals 40.525, can serve as a proxy for volatility. Assuming similar volatility, the next trading day's potential high could be 115.5 plus 20.263 equals 135.763, and the potential low could be 115.5 minus 20.263 equals 95.237. These estimates are broad due to the extreme range observed and should be treated cautiously without ATR confirmation. Possible scenarios. In the bullish scenario, FIG continues its upward momentum, breaking the 124.63 resistance and targeting 135 or higher, driven by sustained buying interest or positive news. In the bearish scenario, the stock corrects after the sharp rally, pulling back to the VWAP at 108.708 or lower to 85.0 as profit-taking or market normalization occurs. In the neutral scenario, the stock consolidates between 108.708 and 124.63, reflecting indecision as traders assess the rally's sustainability. The high volume of 64.41 million supports the bullish case, but the lack of technical indicators make all scenarios speculative. Conclusion. FIG stock demonstrated exceptional strength on July 31, 2025, closing at 115.5 after a 35.88% gain from the opening price, with a trading volume of 64.41 million shares. The close above the VWAP of 108.708 underscores robust buying pressure. However, the absence of historical data and technical indicators severely limits the depth of analysis, preventing insights into trend sustainability, momentum, or volatility. The stock is positioned closer to resistance, 124.63, than support, 108.708, suggesting potential for either a breakout above or a pullback in the next session. Traders should monitor volume and price action closely, as the single-day data provides insufficient context for confident predictions. External factors, such as news or market conditions, are likely critical drivers of future movements. Additional consideration. The extreme daily range of 40.525 highlights significant intraday volatility, which may indicate a high beta stock or a reaction to a major catalyst. Traders should prioritize risk management, as such volatility could lead to sharp reversals or continued momentum depending on market dynamics.